We are back with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe to our rebrand channel, The Tea on the Streets. Now, unfortunately for Cardi B, Titanic Records is on the brink of sinking in the female rap department. You know, Bruno is keeping them up afloat. But Titanic Records, behind the scenes, a lot of executives are blaming STEF0N for the fact that Cardi B's tour is not selling out. Okay? Allegedly, behind the scenes, there's been whispers that they believe that STEF0N has been giving Cardi B more negative press than positive press. And with the recent strangulation of his chef, which is causing him to go to court after the Super Bowl, a lot of people believe that that's why fans are not buying tickets, because of Cardi B's terrible and bizarre relationship she has with STEF0N after dissing JT and Nicki Minaj's relationships. Let me know how y'all feel about that. Now, it has been reported that her first show is still not sold out. Okay, her first show is still not sold out. There's a lot of tickets left, despite, what Garbage Gang is saying on social media. And so a lot of people behind the scenes are saying it's all STEF0N's fault. I don't blame STEF0N. I don't think it's fair. STEF0N is a lot of things, but we cannot blame him for the fact that Cardi B cannot sell out a tour. Okay? We cannot do that. And the reason why we cannot do that is because I don't think even if Cardi B was still with Off the Cheat or single, it still wouldn't be sold out. Like, it wouldn't matter. Because here's the thing. I Am Delusional album, it wasn't a trash album. Okay? I'm not going to lie and say it was complete garbage. She's not Carisha or Sweetie, in my opinion. Some of y'all might think that she is closer to them or worse than them, but I think they make worse music. But it wasn't a great album for an 8-year hiatus, okay? Because she ain't put out an album since 2017 or 2018. And I feel like there's not a lot of music that you can re-listen to. The replay value on that album is not that great, okay? When we're talking about the only 2 songs that you can kind of replay is probably Every Time. And that's with the scratch off verse on it, even though she called scratch off a pussy. And then also Maggot or Magnet, whatever. Only the first verse though. Okay. When she start throwing shade at JT, it don't hit. Especially when she talking about, oh, at least my man and I don't share purses and all that stuff, when everybody knows that STEF0N is a bottom feeder. So I feel like with Cardi B, nobody's listening to the Kalani record, Safe. Nobody's listening to the Selena Gomez and Tyler collaboration that she got on her album. She don't got no hits on the album. And the fans know that, okay? They don't want to see her perform Bodak Yellow. That came out 10 years ago. They want the new shit, but the new shit not hitting. So that's why the tickets are not selling out. Now, moving on from that, Scratch Off has a message for the fans. She posted on Twitter and said, shut the F up, okay? And get ready for this album, okay? Because I guess she putting out music pretty soon. Now, with that being said, she did pop out and her stomach, well, she kind of have pants on, so I don't know, but it looks relatively flat. Okay. So a lot of fans are saying on social media, either she got rid of the baby or she never was pregnant. But in my opinion, people post old pictures all the time. We don't know if this is recent. We don't know unless she go live or do like a live interview. Because even sometimes when you do certain interviews, like on the Breakfast Club, Jennifer Hudson's show, whatever, is pre-recorded. But the point of the matter is, the only way we really know is if she gets spotted out or if she go live and shows her stomach, okay? Which technically she don't have to do, it's her business. But I just feel like it is very interesting that you popping back out talking about an album. Are you going to address the pregnancy allegations? Okay? Because I'm not fully buying this. Because remember, Cardi B was doing the old trickety trick and pretending like she wasn't pregnant until like right before her album came out. Cardi B just did that. You know, these celebrities know how to play tricks. But let me know if you guys are excited for a Latto album. I'm not excited, but I definitely will give it a listen. I don't know if I'd be excited for a Latto album, but I definitely will give it a listen because, to be quite honest, I don't think Latto is a bad artist. I don't think that she's the least talented. I just feel like sometimes she doesn't show artistic growth. Or she kind of talk about the same thing in every song. Now, moving on from that, a delusional Cardi B fan gives their take on why Cardi B's tickets for her tour is not selling out. A Cardi B fan said, mind you, as soon as Cardi B's tour starts and everyone sees the production, looks, track list, and energy, they gonna flock to get them tickets ASAP. Some people waiting to see how it's going to be before purchasing. But she's actually selling out just fine. How is she selling out just fine if people are not purchasing tickets? Dummy. I mean, I don't understand how they contradict themselves. If the tickets are selling out fine, why are you saying people are going to buy tickets once they see the show on social media? That doesn't make any sense. People are not buying tickets to see Cardi B because, one, her album wasn't that great. You know, was it trash? No, but it wasn't that great of an album after 7-8 years. And then on top of that, Cardi B is not taking this tour seriously. Who does tour rehearsals a month before the first show? Okay? When you do a arena or stadium world tour, well, it's not a world tour because it's only in the U.S., but a U.S. tour, you're supposed to be practicing for months, okay? Not a month or a few weeks before the first show. So people probably think that this is a joke, and I think a lot of people don't expect Cardi B to fully do the 30 shows that she's scheduled to do. I think a lot of people are anticipating that she will cancel and parade around town with STEF0N Diddy and his other side chicks and baby mamas. I think a lot of people are actually expecting that. So let me know how y'all feel about it. Now, moving on from that, Queen B is allegedly working on a film. Okay? She'll be directing and producing allegedly behind the scenes. I don't know if she'll star in it, but she is working on a film. It could possibly be for ACT3, you know, because remember she did a Lemonade movie. But I feel like one thing about Beyonce, she don't like to repeat stuff that she's already done. And that's something I can honestly respect, because a lot of artists, if they feel like something is working, they'll do it over and over and over and over again. And I feel like each era from Beyonce is different. The only thing with Beyonce, hopefully she's not starring in it and having like words or lines. I think that she should just sing in the movie, only because everybody knows that Beyonce is not the greatest actress. That's the problem. She does have a reputation of not being the greatest actress. And I feel like to prevent that narrative from going further, she should not star in the film. I think, you know, directing and producing is fine and doing music, but have somebody act. Okay, no shade to Beyonce. But she did act when, you know, she was coming out that elevator at the Met Gala and pretending like nothing happened. So I think she can act, but I feel like it's not in a movie, though. I feel like she just acts in real life. You know, in a movie, it's kind of different, because you got to pretend to be somebody else. I don't think Beyonce was pretending to be somebody else, you know, at the Met Gala. It was more of like, she just liked to keep her life private. Now, moving on from that, Pitchfork has named Doja Cat's The V Tour, Ma V or whatever it's called, as the most anticipated tours of 2026, even though technically she started her tour in 2025. But They said one of the few remaining triple threat entertainers. She can sing, she can rap, and she can navigate complicated choreography. Her tour is sure to be brimming with charisma, okay? So they're saying that Doja Cat is one of the few artists that are a triple threat when it comes to dancing, singing, and rapping. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree. I definitely feel like Doja Cat is a top tier performer. She definitely, I've seen her live before with no dancers. I've seen her live with no dancers. She did have some like people on the drums and piano and stuff like that, but she didn't really have dancers at a show that I saw her at, and she was phenomenal. Not only that though, Doja Cat's show in London, UK at the O2 is already estimated to be more than 95% sold out, with 5 months of ticket sales still remaining. Okay, so she is performing in London this year, and guess what? She's almost selling out. Okay, so let me know if you guys are gonna go see Doja Cat in London. It seems to me more people respect Doja Cat as a performer and an overall artist than they do like of a Cardi B. No shade, but Doja Cat is more respected overall as an artist, just like in general, by everyone, even her peers. So it kind of makes sense. But I'm excited to see Doja Cat on tour. Like I said plenty of times before, I don't really care for the V Deluxe album because I'm be honest with you, I don't feel like it's gonna live up to the hype. Now, congratulations to the Queen Teyana Taylor. She won her first Golden Globe for Best Supporting Actress for the movie One Battle After Another. The movie is fire. I saw it at the theaters, and it was fire. If you haven't seen it, you missed out. It's too late. Well, I'm sure you can still see it, but I don't even know if it's on streaming or at the movies because I saw it in theaters. But congratulations to Teyana Taylor. Well deserved, okay? And I feel like Teyana Taylor, she's gonna take it to the next level because she really can act. Like, she's not fucking around. There is another movie that she did where she was phenomenal in. I think it was on Peacock. I think it was called 1001. She killed that. Okay, that was a phenomenal movie. I think it was on Peacock or Hulu. So if you haven't seen that, also you might want to check it out. But congratulations to Teyana Taylor. Now, moving on to Sinners. Sinners won 2 awards at the Golden Globes: Best Original Score, Cinematic, and Box Office Achievement. I feel like Michael B. Jordan will continue to get snubbed. In my opinion, he definitely should have won something for his role in Sinners. Same thing as Ryan Coogler. But because the cast was primarily and mostly black, a lot of the lead characters were black, I think that's why, it's not going to get nothing. In my opinion, Ryan Coogler oftentimes does get snubbed a lot, okay? So, Sinners definitely should have won more, but Michael B. Jordan definitely should have won something, in my opinion, no shade. Now, for Best Dress at the Golden Globes, Teyana Taylor, of course, she slayed. She looked gorgeous as ever, one of the best dress of the night. Lori Harvey also looked really good. She always looks good though. Her and Damson Idris didn't walk the red carpet together though. And then Ariana Grande, she got snubbed at the Golden Globes, but she looked good. Back to brunette. Okay, she looked really good at the Golden Globes, and so did Alandria. Alandria looked phenomenal as always. She's been killing it when it comes to the fashion for a while now. But my whole thing is, I understand that, because of Love Island and how popular she is from the show, why the hell was she there? You know what I'm saying? Like, is she just there for the red carpet? I'd be confused when influencers get invited to these award shows because y'all not nominated, y'all not presenting, y'all just do the red carpet, and then what afterwards? I don't get it. Like, that just be my confusion. Like, okay, so y'all just get invited to do the red carpet. I feel like that's just a waste of time, in my opinion. I feel like if you're not getting nominated, if you're not presenting, there's really no reason for you to be there, okay? Unless you're an actor, okay? If you're an actor or a singer, it makes sense. Influencers don't make sense. But I'm pretty sure she'll probably be at the Met, though. I wouldn't be shocked. But anyway, I got some very hot tea on Patreon, on 50 Cent, Diddy, the new agenda that's going to be pushed in 2026, Sydney Sweetie, Zendaya. Link will be in description, and I hope you guys have a great day.